Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder, to the video on the Battlefield Engineer event Aftermath, if you will. And in the background you can see that I have 22 of the additional aircraft maintenance technician toolkits, and I want to open them now just to see what I can get out of them. Now, I got many more of them, but it was I was very eager to find out if I have now something in them, if I finally get one of the rather rare skins, and I also desperately needed the additional aircraft maintenance toolkits. So I, used the first ones really often, quite when I got them. I got the chests more often than the 22, since I used here my favorite seal clubber, the MBK Project 186 MK85. I secured a lot of wins, I killed a lot of guys, I captured a lot, and so I was very often first place. I just could secure first place every second battle at least, if not even more, and that is just very impressive. And still for me, I only managed to assemble in total 3 I-180S, and for the third one, because then the event ended, I had to use the marketplace, and the parts that just would not drop cost me then at the end around about 10 to 11 Gaijin coins. And I think this is the point of criticism that a lot of people really have. It was not enough time, and it forced you to use the marketplace, and in particular in the dev blog, the statement, well, you might just want to buy it anyway, was really a punch in the face for me when I read this, and it was a really cocky one. Not a lot of people have that money or want to use the marketplace and etc. And I absolutely can understand this. So you required then also the RNG drops on the parts. Technically, in theory, on paper, it was doable to get the parts and to fulfill all the conditions to get your hands on the 9 vouchers or the 9 I-180S in theory, without using the marketplace. But this was then this would have been then a 24/11 marathon of just playing, getting first place, hoping to get everything, and maybe you would have gotten enough parts or other stuff to sell then on the Gaijin market to then maybe buy the remaining parts for you, so that you would have been a ±0 game on the marketplace for you. But in practice, it is Easter, yes, holidays, yes, you might have your holidays or your vacation, whatever, here in this time period, but I wanted to enjoy the nice weather out there with my cousin, going fishing, enjoying nature a little bit, as well as spending time with my family, etc. And I played, despite all this, a lot, and I mean a lot of War Thunder. I seal clubbed the hell out of enemy teams, as I said, and still I did not get a single rare skin. I also managed to, only with the help of the marketplace, got 3 out of the required 9 I-180s to get everything that there is. Too much RNG drops, lots of repair toolkits required, and I think that also with the normal crates, you just needed too many of them. For me personally, I just couldn't spend more time in War Thunder at this point. Well, theoretically yes, and just cutting off the rest of my life, but yeah, it was a great idea. Let's face it, the event was a great idea, that you could just get it by normal playing, that it was not bound to the event tab or in a special event, or that there was really restrict battle rating conditions or tier restrictions. It was actually pretty doable for the first, maybe even the second I-180S, but after the second one it was already quite a hard life to get the third one, at least for me. Let me know in the comment section if you got more of them. So at the moment you can also enjoy another gameplay in the HMS Tiger, which is the highest ship reward, which requires 2 vouchers. The thing is this. Let's briefly talk about the prices on the market. It begins with the I-180S itself. It costs 16 Gaijin coins. Then you have the vehicle, not a voucher. Otherwise, it would have not been that drastic. Then the Versuchsflakwagen cost 1690 Gaijin coins. Then the first Russian patrol boat, or that costs 1 voucher. The MPK Project 122 bis costs 1720. Now it gets interesting. The HMS Tiger, that requires 2 vouchers, costs at the moment 79 Gaijin coins. The Merkava Mark 1, 82.5 Gaijin coins, and the JU 388J, despite its disputable, not so great performance, also 82 Gaijin coins. A very brief look on the prices on the marketplace also were quite frightening. The T-30 American heavy tank costs 28 Gaijin coins. You know, that's a reasonable price. The IS-7 costs more than 10 times as much, with nearly 300 Gaijin coins. The KV-220, 375. The Heinkel 162A1, 332. The FJ4B, 94. And the E100, 900 Gaijin coins. Wow. Wow. So, what could have Gaijin done better to improve the event experience? Let's put it that way. Well, first of all, I think that this was an artificial restriction on time and also RNG drops to artificially increase the prices on the marketplace. And remember, whenever you sell or buy something, Gaijin gets a Gaijin tax of 15%. That means Gaijin directly profits from the Gaijin market, and that's quite a bit. So always keep that in mind when I talk about the following things. So first of all, I would have not just awarded additionally the first place on either team, which was a good thing actually, but also to reward the win. And also the first place or first win loot crate should have a higher chance of getting more technician toolkits, or having a higher chance of then also giving you a rather rare part, so you can assemble your I-180S with a better speed, so to say. And I think this would have not just this would have affected the playstyle in the battles for quite a bit. Not just only sitting in the back and sniping everything and shooting everything to pieces, and just going for the higher score, where you also then use the aircraft in tank RB excessively because of the higher score point income. No, but also playing effectively for the objective, just to not just kill the enemy team, but also to go for the victory conditions more. Then you just need to drop more of the needed parts. That's just mandatory. Then maybe more time, because not everybody had time to play the event in this specific time frame because of job, holiday, family, etc. You name it. So the time restriction for getting 9 of them was quite hefty. I think it was just overdone. Gaijin could have easily done, in my opinion, quite the amount, double the amount of drops, and it still would have been fine. There are so many restrictions to the loot crates drops, to the part drops. and also when it is a big battle, 16 versus 16, then you can imagine that there is first place only for 6% of the players, namely 1. So yeah, there is that. Again, at the end of the day, I think this was designed and calculated around the fact that there is a lot of stuff available for selling and purchasing on the market, but not too much to drop the prices, and that the vehicles have some sort of value. And I think also the HMS Tiger and also the Merkava in particular, they should have premium status for the amount of Gaijin coins or the effort that you are playing through that they should have. Obviously, with their battle ratings, the HMS Tiger then being the first and only 5.7 cruiser for the British, and the Merkava then being a absolute rival to the XM1 Premium, you can imagine that Gaijin only getting 15% from a sale here and there compared to the full price that I get from my XM1 package, that I can understand it despite not really agreeing to it. So after it, there are two different opinions that I have. The first one is a very rude one. What do I even care? I get the stuff from Gaijin anyway, right? Yeah, but that's just part one, because then the vehicles are completely without meaning for me, and I think I want to avoid this. The second is that I would be so deeply frustrated if I would be a collector to get my hands on all 6 of them. And this is then where you are a collector that suddenly then is missing something, or you're bloody emptying your pocket. And that not just, for 20, 30, maybe 40 Gaijin coins. If you didn't have time to play the event, it is like, way too much, nearly 300 Gaijin coins for all 6 of the vehicles. At the moment, at the market, that is quite a lot of money. And then, as I said, the HMS Tiger and the Merkava, they don't even have premium status. So my final verdict is, it could have been worse, it could have been definitely better. It leaves a little bit of a sour taste, because at the end, I think for the last voucher to get on one of the I-180S planes, you needed to use the marketplace, or you either felt lost for the effort, or the effort that you put into playing and assembling, you felt kind of it is lost for nothing, or you just felt a little bit betrayed by the, at times, very high prices. So there could have been so much improvement, there could have been so much done better, but at the end I also have to say it could have been made worse, like restricted to a certain event or some shenanigans like this. But for me, this is quite enough. I've learned my lesson. I think that if I would take the marketplace serious, it would have become pretty expensive for me. And I just don't want to fall into this pit, because I'm missing, for example, the Heinkel 162A1 for 332 Gaijin coins at the moment at the marketplace, and also the IS7 for 300 flat out. So that would be like 634 Gaijin coins, and that is more like dollars that I would have to spend to complete my collection, amongst some other things. That is hefty. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Again, let me know in the comment section what you think about the event. How many I-180S did you manage to assemble? How lucky or unlucky were you with the RNG drops? How often did you get first place? Did you see a change in the play style behavior of players trying to get as many first places, or do you still see the kind of trying to get the win and not just leaving the battle? Let me know in the comment section. Then please give this video a like if it did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies, on the battlefields, and on the waves of War Thunder.